The Middle East and drones. Whatever story you're thinking of, it's probably not this.
And a fashion show in Saudi Arabia is going viral now. Check this out. An array of fashion dresses floating down a runway, but no model in sight. In this bizarre fashion show at a Saudi Arabian hotel where drones were used to showcase these dresses instead of traditional human models, a spokesperson said the drones were used to bring a change to the annual show.
A drone fashion show is one of the weirdest things I have ever seen, but if you add the Harry Potter theme, it totally works. In other news, if you believe President Trump is tearing the White House to shreds, well, it turns out it's worse than you think.
White House staffers have reportedly been taping pieces of paper back together after President Trump rips them up. They need to tape them back together to comply with the Presidential Records Act. According to Politico, the papers include letters and official documents that are required by law to be preserved and sent to the National Archives.
Sometimes, it would just be one big rip down the middle, and sometimes it would be like confetti.
President Trump's tearing up official documents? Well, I mean, let's not act surprised. After all, he spent the last year tearing up the Constitution. But seriously, though, this is real life. They can't get Trump to stop ripping up official documents. So instead, the staff in the White House have to scurry in and then grab the shreds off the floor like they're ball boys from Wimbledon. And I don't know why Trump rips up all his paper. My guess is that he does it to show off how strong he is. He's like, would an unhealthy president be able to do this? Well, that's it for this edition of Headlines. Let's move on to our main story. Over the weekend, President Trump attended the G7, which was held in Quebec, Canada. And for those of you who don't know, the G7 is very important. It's when you add a G4 to a G3. It's also when America and its closest allies come together for 2 days of meetings on economic issues. Basically, it's the world's most boring sleepover. And even before it began, things got off to a rocky start. Rocky 4 start.
Before heading to the summit, President Trump sparked controversy by saying he wants Russia to be welcomed back into the G8.
We have a world to run. And in the G7, which used to be the G8, they threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in, because we should have Russia at the negotiating table.
I don't know if Trump colluded with Russia, but if everyone was accusing me of colluding with Russia, I wouldn't be caught dead mentioning their name. Like, if your girlfriend accused you of cheating with Keisha, even if you didn't do it, just shut up about Keisha. Just shut up. Hey, babe, you know who we should invite to the party? Keisha. I know you didn't just bring up Keisha. I know you did not just bring up Keisha. But clearly Trump doesn't know how to take a clue, because he kept bringing up Keisha all weekend long.
Some people like the idea of bringing Russia back in. This used to be the G8, not the G7. And something happened a while ago where Russia is no longer in. I think it would be an asset to have Russia back in.
The something that happened that got them kicked out of the G8 was the invasion and annexation of Crimea. Do you think that Crimea should be recognized at Russia?
Crimea was let go during the Obama administration. And, Obama can say all he wants, but he allowed Russia to take Crimea.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Russia annexing Crimea wasn't really a big deal. But we must never forgive Obama for letting them commit this atrocity, which was not a big deal at all. I mean, who even knows what a Crimea is anyway? I mean, it's just a random little place whose blood is in Obama's hands! Anyway, I think we should invite Keisha. That's what I'm saying.